I remember when managing builds, repos, and sprints across different tools felt like a chaos. Then I discovered Azure DevOps. Today I will show you how it can simplify your workflow too. Hey guys, from the today we are starting a new video series of Azure DevOps. Here we will learn from zero to hero everything about the Azure DevOps. Means what is board, what is repos, how to manage the code, pipeline, what is CI, CD, CM, test plan, artifacts, everything. We will learn with the practical, we will learn with the project. Let's start the today agenda. In this video, we'll go through the what is cloud, what is Azure DevOps, and what kind of service Azure DevOps is providing us, how to create a account, what kind of the project process we have it. So today we'll start all these things, and after that from the next session we'll do the practical all these things also. So what is cloud? So before knowing the Azure DevOps, we should know about the cloud computing also. Earlier days we have our own premises actually server. That time we are managing everything, means we have team that will handle the deployment, that is handling all the process. After the development, after the release testing, we need to go for the deployment, for the productions, for the different environment. Everything we need to be track it, and we have dedicated team, and we have so many server for different purpose also. But now thing has been easy. We have the cloud computing, and so many things and so many stress already actually divided through the provider, means like the Azure, Amazon, Google Cloud, or anything else also. So whatever the network, whatever the cost of the server, basically it should be the scalable, it should be the always available. All these things actually take care by these providers. So this is the cloud. If you're downloading from like Google Play Store, or you can say Apple Play Store, so these are the things also cloud services. All the mails, all the Netflix, Amazon, all are the cloud system, right? So to deploy such an app, or like suppose I'm making an e-commerce app, I wanted to be just live it, so I need to be choose a server, and that I wanted to be manage my own, and every time I will change it, it should be goes immediately live it also. So all these things managed, all these things will be handled by Azure DevOps. Along with this one, we have so many things also in Azure DevOps, means single platform, we will get it lot of things. Okay, so cloud computing is actually reduce our cost. It is actually upfront, whatever the expense we have, it will reduce it. Flexible payment option we have, how much we will use, we will actually give that much amount only. And what is the benefit of the cloud computing is, here we can resource management, like renting hardware, leasing service, and we have so many provider also, as I told you, AWS, Azure, GCP, all the name, I think we heard about it also. And as I told you, we have the cost efficiency also. Okay, what is the benefit of the cloud computing? Computing virtual, means virtual processing power, we will get it. What do you mean by virtual? Means thing is not actually existence of any hardware, but actually virtually we will get it, like operating system, server, or database. It could be anything. Storage, scalable data storage, that is actually database, or it could be blob storage, or it could be anything also. Hardware, leased physical device, means hardware means I wanted to be just increase the RAM, ROM, or anything it could be. Okay, so these are all are the benefit we are getting the cloud computing. Cloud models, we have so many models. On premises means we need to take care of everything, application data, runtime, middleware, everything we need to do. We need to install, we need to be take the backup, we need to be all the monitoring also we will have to do. But if we'll take infrastructure as a service from the cloud provider, then these things managed by the cloud provider. Take an example of here is Microsoft will take care, and this we will manage it. Means we are managing our applications. We are managing our application data, their runtime environment, middleware, operating system, which operating system we want to run our applications. All these things we are taking care, and these are the take care by the Microsoft, because they require network, they require storage, they require server, they require virtualizations. Okay, and really guys, to take care of all these things is very you can say challenging thing. So let them take care by the cloud provider only. We will take care only our applications. So we are divide our stress over here. Another thing, we have platform as a service. Okay, so three things also, because runtime, middleware, operating system, we don't want it to be take that also headache we wanted to give to the provider only. So we will take application and data only. That's it. Another thing, we have software as a service, means some software even we can use as a service also, like database. Okay, like suppose Microsoft Office we wanted to use this, that we are using as a services. So that is also can possible on the cloud, right? So these are the infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. An example of all these things are here. Software as a service, Outlook, Gmail, Dropbox, Salesforce, Google App, Red Hat Insights, Slack, all are the software as a service. Platform as a service, these are the platform. that we can use, and there we can host our thing, or might be we can utilize these things. Infrastructure as service, these are the infrastructure as service. Microsoft Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, IBM Cloud, all are the infrastructure as service. So these are the example of these services. So next thing is we have so many approaches to manage our project, like so many models we have it also. And very famous one we have the two is waterfall model, agile model. There we are managing the scrum. Right? So what is these two things, guys? So waterfall model means linear, sequentially approach. Okay, it's suitable for the project with the well-defined requirement. What it means, where it can fit it. This project can be fitted, guys. Suppose we are working. This project can be fitted, guys. Suppose in construction project, because where we are making the building, we are making the one by one layer of the buildings, or you can say raw material or something. In software development, we can say banking. There we need to be develop every system sequentially, like processing a loan and further X department like a way. Okay, so very big industries if we have, and that we need to follow through the step by steps, then it came into waterfall model. Another is agile model, iterative and adaptable, ideal for the project requiring for flexible and frequent changes. Means their requirement is not freeze. We can come and according to user feedback, we will continuously changing. And where and what the things can be fitted over here. Web development. A company develop is like the e-commerce website or social networking website. All these things is agile model. As I take an example of Instagram, evolve through the continuously user feedback with the regular updates with the new feature being released in short cycle. So agile means every time user feedback, every time client feedback, next iterations, and there also we will do changes. Mobile app is also another example. Game development is also another example. As we get a user feedback, we will change it. All are the came into agile model. So right now these days almost I have an agile model, and that is also very famous. So right now all these things like cloud and whatever the basically management model, how Azure DevOps can help it. And what is Azure DevOps? So Azure DevOps is a look like an umbrella that allow us to implement end-to-end DevOps in our organizations. It includes all the services, like we need to be manage the work, we need to manage our code base, we should be have a proper you can say Wikipedia, or there we can manage our documentation, we should be have a release pipeline, test plan, artifacts, all these things we have it over there. So Azure DevOps means complete solutions to manage or process our developer development, testing, or deployment. Okay, so Azure DevOps, they are actually developer, project manager, or contributor to develop the software will work simultaneously. Right? It allows the organization to create and improve the product at a faster pace than they can traditional software development approaches. So Azure DevOps collaborate framework. Azure DevOps providing us process, collaborate culture, faster software development. So all these things we have. So cloud offering scalable, reliable, global availability, 24/7 monitoring, 99 point SLA we have it also. On-premises offering, on-premises means when we will do handle our own everything. That time we can actually take the backup of any database. SQL Server is the one of the example. Data security also we can do, because data at our end only we have. Reporting service integration, such thing also we can do it also. Okay, so we have two things, either we go for the cloud, or either we can do manage server by our own only. When we should go for this one, when we have our own team. Okay, when we have our bandwidth, there we can actually manage it. Or if already we have some server, so then we will go with our server only. Or when we have so many database kind of thing, reporting kind of thing, security kind of thing, then we should use it for our own premises only. Right? On on-premises, what we need to do, we need to do installation, configurations, ongoing maintenance, we need to do our by own only. Right? It's automatically integrated with the Azure service with the provide seamless update. It provides scalability, reliability, everything we have it also. So both the model are good. According to project wise, we need to choose one of them. Okay, Azure board, there we are managing the task management. Whatever the task we have, means all the tickets, all the user story we are managing over here. All the work item we are tracking it, how many days it's completed. We have sprint also, we can run the sprint for the 14 days or 28 days according to our convenient way. We have Azure test plan also, we can write down the manual testing also over there. We have Azure repos, there we can manage the Git repository or TFS support also we have. We have continuations, integration, and continuous deployment, both the thing we have it over there also. Azure artifacts means here we can configure the NuGet package, npm package, or Maven, PIP, or other package manager also in our own premises. So deployment, if package is required, they will install it from here only rather than going into cloud, and that will be the for security point of view also it's better. Some people will be try to manage the private artifacts. So one of the example is JFrog. So we have two servers. So as I told you, we have DevOps server or services. DevOps server means on premises hosted within your own data center and private cloud. Require managing your own infrastructure, update, backup, and scalable. Offer more control over data, suitable for organization with a strict compliance or security requirements. Another thing is we have Azure DevOps, means hosted and managed by Microsoft in Azure, or we can be take it AWS and Google Cloud also. No need for infrastructure management. Microsoft handle update, backup, scalable, everything they take care by it. Suitable for organization that prefer a SaaS model. After that, we have software development lifecycle. In software development lifecycle, we are planning, we are coding, we are building, we are testing, and after that, continuation integration means all the code whoever actually committed should be integrated into somewhere else. That is called managed by the Git or the TFS. We will manage it. After that, we need to release it. And finally, after the release, we should be do the deployment. So these are the going in continuous guys phase, because anybody can commit it in the night, day, anytime they will commit it. It should be going in integration phase, and after that it should go into deployment phase. And now we can make some monitoring service who will continuously will monitor what is going on the server also. So let's see how to make the account. So to make Azure DevOps account, guys, you need to go on this site, azure.microsoft.com, and you need to be click one of the options. Either you can go get start with the Azure or start free with the GitHub. Okay, if you click it one of them, you will land on the login page. There, if either you should have the Microsoft account or the GitHub account. It's very easy. If you have the GitHub account, you can just log in on GitHub account, authorize it, and you will land on the Azure DevOps account. Here we have pricing. We can click on the pricing. Azure pricing. If you will see over here, Azure pipeline is free. Okay, for one pipeline, guys. Remember this one also. And it is free, and even we can increase and decrease also. We can calculate the price also. But for learning purpose, it is almost free. And basic plan also, if you wanted to go with the 513, and if the dollar rate will be changed, this will also change. Remember this one also, guys. But Azure pipeline, other thing are free, guys, and even that is sufficient for us to do learning it also. You guys can just start it over there. If you feel it, you wanted to be use it more, then you go for the subscription for per month. And for after certain month you can practice it, and after that you can stop it also. Okay, all are good. So next thing is, once you make the account, you will get the over here your GitHub account, and here also your company organization. So by default one company will be created while you're creating the account. If suppose my account is something ABC, it will come over here as an organization. So once we log in it, we will land it over here. This is actually our URL, and this is our company name. We can change the company name or organization name from here also. Here we can go in organization setting, and we can change it this name also. Okay, by default this name, whatever you have the GitHub account name, that will become. Once organization is created, we should not go for the another organization. Organization means that you can say that you are working for that organization. So we should not go for the another organization. One organization sufficient, but we can create a number of project in a organizations. Okay, we'll go over here, create a new project. Any project name we can choose it. We can give some description. I given this description. We have the two options, either public or private. By default we have the private, but we can choose the public also if you wanted to share to other people. Here we have some options. We can choose the Git. By default the Git only. Work item process by default is basic, but we can choose any one of them also. Agile, CMMI, Scrum also. So what is Agile, CMMI, work, and what is all this thing, guys? And even let me create it also. Let me delete this existing project. How to delete it? We can just simply go on a project setting, and in the last delete, here I can give some name, Java applications, and click on delete. Okay, this project will be deleted. Once I refresh, the project is deleted. Now I go there. Now I write down new project name. Suppose I make the Java application project. And here for description, I'll give it any descriptions. Here I will choose the privates. In advanced option, I can choose one of the work item. This is the work item process, guys. So how your project will be manage the task or work item. So we have four options. Basics means very simple, small project for small team. We can use it, and we have very small the status also. Okay, we have the three status. To do means where the to-dos or the task, and next thing is the doing means we are actively working or processing, we can say, and done means we close or we done the task. Similarly, if we'll choose the Agile, so that means actually we are going to little complex work, or we have the properly we need to follow the Agile process. Another one is we have Scrum. Scrum means we are having Scrum Master, we are following totally Scrum, all the follows, all the Scrum rule we are following it also. And another one is CMMI. CMMI means more complex, more big project, more process we need to follow it also. And there we have some other thing also. There we have change request, risk review, some other thing also we can manage it. So according to what kind of project or according to what kind of things we have, we can choose it also. So basics, very small. Agile means if you have web applications, flexibility or process wise, we can use it. Here we are making the user story. Scrum, who have a Scrum master who know the Agile also, then we can go. CMI, you can say waterfall model also, manage large work scale also with the process we need to be go, or you can say government project, very big project, then we will go with that one also. So here I will choose the Agile, that is very famous. We will do the practice of this one. We'll create. It will take some time and you can see this project is game. So here, whatever the work process item we choose it, that is impact only this board only. Okay, repos, pipeline, test plan, artifacts, all are the will be same, always same. Okay, and whatever we choose it, that I was talking about work item, bug, epic, feature, issues, these things will be changed. In another project, we have the basics, we have three things only: epic, issues, and task. Here in Agile, we have feature also, we have test case, user story also. So here we will create all the work item, means whatever the task we need to do, what kind of basically user story we wanted to make it, we will do it over here. So this is board, all the team management and the work task management, we can say. Work item, whatever we create, we can see into board also. Here we can see into backlog also. Board means here we will see a Kanban board, we can drag the item over here. Okay, so if I'll show you another example on the Tailwind Trader, and here these are the all the work item, these are the storybook. If I'll go on a board, then we can see these are the coming. In the new item, this is the active, means somebody is working on it. Resolved means somebody already resolved it. Close, this is already released or tested, this is close is done. Similarly, we have backlog, so there also we can see in this way. So only the way we can change it, either we can see view in a dashboard or view in there, or view in the board, or either we can see in the list format also over here. We have sprint also. Sprint means here we can manage the sprint. In this iteration of the sprint, how many tickets or how many tasks we have, and there also we have Kanban board. Here also we can drag it also, and all the tickets guys we can assign with the team wise, with the person wise also. We can search, we can filter, all these things we will do from the scratch only once we'll start it. Okay, so today I'll just actually telling about this one and all this feature only. Okay, here we have the queries. Query means if you wanted to be write down some queries to find out the work item, then we can write down, and that is really help out to show in the dashboard also. Dashboard also we have it also. So here right now blank, but we will actually soon we will make the dashboard. This is actually delivery plan. So when we will deliver, we can write down the date about the project management related thing. We can write down over here. And basically these tasks we can do by the senior person only, like the Scrum Master, project manager, or some senior persons who will manage the stand-up call, who is taking the stand-up call in your team. It could be anybody can take it also. We have repos, means all the source code. Here we have Git integration. So we have two repos. Here the source code, all the history we can see it also. Here we can manage the branch and everything, we have it also over here. Okay, we have proper documentation also. Even documentation we can write on Wikipedia also. This is the pipeline. Here we can create a number of the pipeline also. Environment wise also we can do like productions, QA, development, all these things we can manage it also. Pipeline, inside it we can make the release also. We have library also that we can utilize it also. Here we have task group. Here we can make some tasks related to deployment only. Below we have test plan. Here we can write down the test case, even we can run it also. Last one is we have artifacts. Artifacts means there we can manage our own package. That package will be help us to in a deployment. So whenever we deploy in process, they will look into that package rather than going in a cloud. They will first look into their private network. That is called this artifacts. Okay, you guys can make the account and take the overview of Azure DevOps, create a one project also, go through all these things. At least you should open it each section and understand it also. Hi guys, in this video we'll see how to invite a member, how to create a team, and how to assign this member to area. And further, according to area wise, we will create a work item. We will assign epic, feature, user story, task, bug, all these things team wise. If we have QA team, admin team, or we can say front-end team, back-end team, or we can divide the team module wise also. It depends upon us how we wanted to management team. So there is no such a hard and fast rule. We should make team in this name, in this order. No, you can even divide your team in a number of the way also. Okay, so let's see the simple process how we can manage all this thing in Azure DevOps. Let's start with the member invite. So as you can see, this is organizations. In organization setting, we have users. From here, we can assign the users. We can write down the username, email ID. We can give the access level. We have 3 access level guys: basic, stakeholder, and Visual Studio subscriptions. Basics means a team member like developer, tester, project contributor. He will get a full access of the board, including he can manage the sprint and backlog also. Basic is for the active contributor who need to access all the major feature except advanced tool like test plan. Otherwise, he will get it everything. Even he can create or edit the pipeline also. Even he can clone, push, pull, everything. We can write down the test case also. Another one is that we have the stakeholder. Stakeholder means he will get very limited access. He cannot interact with the any technical feature, we can say. He just have the read-only right. He can just track the project progress and give the feedback. He can just view the dashboard on the report, but he can work on the board. He can create or edit the work item like task, bug, user story. He can create it, but he cannot do anything in the repository, pipeline, or test plan. He cannot do such a thing. Stakeholder, generally we have with the Azure free subscription, we can make n number of the stakeholder, but we can make only 5 basics user only. Remember this point also, because that is a part of the billing. Another user access level we have it Visual Studio subscriber. We have 2 kind of Visual Studio subscriber, that is called professional and enterprise. In both the professional and enterprise we have very slightly difference, but basically they will get it all the basics plus advanced feature also according to their subscription. If you have enterprise, he will get it a test planning also, okay, and rest everything whatever he has the basics, he will get it also. These are the 3 access level, and these access level won't be changed, it will remain same. But other than that, we can give to the user to permissions. So according to project wise, we can give the user permission and we can control it also. So here we are making the user, and here we are actually giving whatever the user we are making, that we will giving the project right also. This user will be available in this project or in all the project. We can create the user from here also. Even we can add the user from the project also. Once we go into project, directly we can invite it over here also. Once I will add any user, suppose I'm adding it abc@gmail.com. Here by default it will become stakeholder. So he won't be get any access level. He won't be get any basics or any Visual Studio subscription. All are will become at a stakeholder. So this is the default access level, and this default access level guys, I'll show you from where it is coming, the default one, and this is coming default access level, okay. And here we can see this is the 5 basics user only we can make it, but stakeholder we can make it and number of the thing also. So from here we can add the user one, and group level also we can make it. We can make the group of the users, and even we can give the permission also, okay. And another one is directly in a project we can add the user, and that user will get access of this particular project only. So I've already added this much of user. They will have the access of this project only. They cannot see any other project. We can create the user while we creating the team also. So team, how we will create, we will go in a project setting, we click on the teams, and from here we can create the teams. I already created the 2 teams, backend team and the frontend team. How we'll create it, we can give the name over here. We will add the member. If existing member we have, we can write down. Suppose actually we are giving the QA team. Here I'm adding the few members. Suppose I'm adding one of the Rahul, I'm adding the Vivek also. These will be the part of the QA team. Here I will add the descriptions. QA team for test project, testing project. Administrations, we can give the administration also, and add admin team as a member. So this user also will become the member of this team. This is the contributor. We have the different kind of contributor guys. Contributor means actually who will contribute in the project. So from the contributor wise, we can actually give the role and right. This he can read it, he can add it also. All the permission setting we can change it also. We have the right like the administrations, reader. We have reader means he to read only. Another is create an area path with the name of the team. Whatever the team we are creating, area path also it will create it. Or we can uncheck it also. We can create separately also. After that we will create it. So we have new team is actually this one. So in this team these are the member. In this team these are the member. In this team we have these are the members. So team is created, member is assigned to the team. Even member we can invite from here also directly. Once we actually create, we can invite. Even we can go, we can add the member from here also. Anyhow, whatever the member we are adding from anywhere, it will become part of organization only. Okay. After that, once the member is created, now we can assign the area means we are application divided into module wise, like UI component, like database, like admin panel, or it can be anything. Okay, like account sections. Anything we can say, team wise, backend wise, front end wise, anything. How we can divide our areas. Area wise we will create the ticket, so that we can segregate also. Okay, so this is done. Now we'll go into project configuration. Here we have areas. Here by default we have this is default area, and even we cannot delete it. Now we need to create our own area. So here I'm creating a few area. First is front end. This one, this is front end. Inside in it, we can create two more areas. New child, that is UI component. One more area, that is called integrations. Okay. Now, inside this one, I'm making a new child, and that is backend. Okay. In this one, I'm making a new child that is called API development. Backend team will be do the API development. Another one, we can give it database. Backend team will take care of the database also, and we can add one more that is called authentications. Similarly, we can add one more team that is called QA team. Here I will add new child that is called QA team. Okay, QA team, I'm directly adding it. So these are the three children of this one. Okay, and these are the area, but we didn't assign all these things with the team. So now we need to assign with the team. So we need to go into team configurations. And if you will make the team at the time also, if you will click the checkbox, automatically the area and the team will be the come. Automatically they will map it. But over here, we can actually map it later on also. We'll go into area. Here, these are the teams. Front-end team, back-end team, QA team. Okay, these are the teams. So first we will choose the front-end. Here we will choose the area. In the front-end, these are the area integrations. We'll select another area. That is called UI component, close it. Now we'll choose the backend team. Here we'll choose the three areas of the backend, authentications, and we have database. Okay, this is done. Now we'll go on a QA team. QA, we have only one area that is called QA team only. This is done. Right? Even we can give testing, bug fixing, even analysis team, any name we can give it also. So we assign this one. Now we'll go back to the project configurations, and now we'll go to the area. Now we can see team is coming, right? So these things we'll assign with the team. And this is hierarchy. We are not assigning with the team, but actual area we are assigning with the team only. So this task is done. Now we assign the areas with the team. Now what we need to make it? Work item. All the work item we will assign to the areas. What the assign with the QA, what we assign the front end. Front end also we have two team, integration team and the UI component. UI component means they can make the core component. Okay. So these things we will make in a work item, and work item we can create from here. So in the hierarchy wise, in the work item, first we will create a epic. Epic means the bigger level. They are actually broad level. What we wanted to make it. So we wanted to make a job portal, that is core system. We wanted to make it. So I'm just making it over here. One epic. This is the epic name. Here we can assign this epic to the one of the user. So I'm assigning over here this one. Here we have priority, risk, effort, business value. All these values also we can give in it. Suppose this epic will start on this one and it will end in after 2 months. We need to end it. Okay. Priority wise, it should be very high. Risk wise, we does not have risk. Right now we are creating new things. So it is not depend upon other system. That is actually risk is very low. Effort, how much effort you wanted to give it. Suppose I wanted to give to 100 hours. Okay. Business value, it should be very high. So we can give it any business value. Suppose this is very high. We can give according to priority wise, we can give some business value also. Time criticality, it is very critical. So according to 1, 2, we can give some time criticality also. We can give it, is it this project actually give business or architecture, business point of view? We can give it also. And guys, these are the just number. You can give it according to your team wise, according to your company structure wise. We can choose it also. This does not have any childs. This is a parent work item. This area is job application, the main area we have. Now we'll save it. Next work item we need to make into feature. This epic has few features. So first feature is user authentication system. We need to make it. This is also priority is very high, and we can write down a description also over here. And area should be the job application, or we can give the backend team also. In epic we can change this description. In epic description should be some meaningful. So we are saying implement secure user authentication system. We can assign this ticket to the same user, and we can give the some story point that is called effort. That is, suppose this will take 34 hours. Okay. And job area, this is part of authentications, means the backend only. So we'll give it over here authentication. So this is the job area, and we'll save it. Before saving, we should be add this is to the parent, that is called, this is epic, that is job portal core system. This is we are making and saving it. Okay, so this is done. We can write down the start date, end date, time criticality, business value, and risk. All these things we can write down also. Anything we can make it. Suppose I'm making it over here. This is also medium, and save. And whatever I'm making, if we'll go in history, we can see all the saving. Once we save, then it will create a history also. So all these things we will get it over here also. So this is 2 work item is done. Next thing is we will make a story. So we will go there, we'll create a new user story, that is called, this is login implementations. Here we will give the story point is 8 story point for this ticket. This priority is high, this ticket is very high because we will assign to the user different story. This story is very high, and this is right, this is backend only. Here we can write down some descriptions, we can write down acceptation criteria also. So these are the acceptation criteria. This we will link to the parent one, that is called this one, add the link, and we can say this story also we will assign to the same user. Same. So this is done. Next part is we need to make the task. So this is the task of that particular user story. So this is backend. Even we can write down in this way also, guys, to identify this is backend or frontend. Here also it's up to us what the title we wanted to give it. This story I wanted to assign to one of the backend user. This is the user. This is priority wise. This is first. Activity is the development. This is development. Hours wise, suppose one story point is 8 hours, and here we will give it actually 3 is the basically estimation. So here we will give 3 story point means 24 hours. So this is 24 hours, and last time we given the I think 8 or 10, we will change it also, that one. Here we need to write down the description about this ticket. This is the user, we assign it. We need to link it also, so we will link this one to login implementations. This is done, and we'll save it also. So this task is done. So we have one epic, one feature, one story, and one task also. Okay, similar to that we can make few more tasks. Here we will go and we can create the task. One more thing, guys, we can make the story over here also, and we can see this is epic. Okay, this is epic by default. So epic we have in work item team, epic we have job application team, and right now we are working in backend. Backend does not have set backlog iterations. That's fine, we can add the iteration also. Iterations, guys, we have select iterations. We have all the iteration over here, and right now I does not have any iterations, so we can create one iterations. After adding the sprint, now from here, guys, we can add the iteration also. According to team wise, we can add the iterations, and these iteration should be available in the project configuration also. So I already added over here beta 2, release 1 and release 0. Here I didn't add actually more iteration, I will add it. But after adding the iterations, we can see in the work item, in the backlog or the board, we can see all the item according to team wise. So we does not have anything, but here we can see whatever the item we created, and feature also we can see it also, because we created one feature, right? And from here also we can create the user story, or either we can create from there also. Similarly, we should see the backlog also. We can see backlog, and these are the iteration, these are the planning is start coming it also. Okay, we can make new sprint. Here we can see mapping also. These are the mapping, we can see mapping. So by default we map over here. Even we can drag and drop, we can map it also if we require to map something. Okay, so this is the way we can map it, and one way we can map it from here, either drag and drop. Otherwise, we know we can click and we can add the link parent to child. Both the way we can do. And these things is coming from here. When we click, we will off. This area will goes to off. Mapping with this area will become parent. If you wanted to see the parent, this is epic. This is feature. This is user story. Like here we can see it also in progression item. These are the some feature we will remove and add it also. So these are the way to filter. These are the way if you wanted to see hierarchy wise, or just basically in a view if you wanted to be see in better way, then we can enable these feature also. So last time we made this much work item. Let's add few more work item. So we have one epic, one feature, one story, user story, and 4 tasks of that user story. Okay, now let's make one more user story, that is sign up. So we'll create sign up. From here we'll go to the user story. This is the name of the user story. Here priority should be 1, and suppose here risk is sign in sign up. Okay, I'm saying high risk. Story point here I'm giving 12, that means 96 hours around. Okay, and here we can write down acceptance criteria, means the story will be completed. We need to implement the sign up. User should be created in database. User is already created, then we should update the user, not create the user. All these things we will take care over here. I'm assigning this story to, this story we can assign to the one of the developer. This story should be related to the feature. So epic, this is the feature, user authentication. So this story is belongs to the feature. First top level epic, then we have the feature, then we have the user story, and let's save it. Now we'll go work item. Inside in it we'll create a few more task item. Let's create And one more thing guys, in this sign up implementations, right? So even we can define the area also. Area should be backend. This is backend only. Save it. And this story we can open it from here also. This is backend team, and here I can go to the user story. Here I can see user story. From here itself I can add all the tasks also. Suppose this is the first task, and by default this task will be assigned into the same area. Okay, so here we can assign, and this task I can assign to, suppose, Deepak. Okay, this is done. Here activity is he will develop it, and this story is 32 hours. And we can write down description, linking already done, so save and close. The first task is done. Okay, second task we can add here. We can click here. This story I will assign to this user, and here it will take 16 hours, and this is already linked to the parent, and this is already, we have the area also. Iteration, by default we have whatever the iteration we made it earlier, so we can make it more iteration also. Later on we will come on the iterations. So we'll save it. Now we will create 2 more user story, and this user story I will create, but here I will add this user story to the front end. Okay, this is front end related thing, and this one I will assign to the user is Vivek, and here this user story will take 32 hours, and this is also, ideally we should not give to the backend, because this is the user story that not related to backend. This is user story should be related to job applications. Okay, task should be accelerated to the backend. So user story we should not be make it like a way, or either we should create the 2 user story. So let's me create the 2 user story. Okay. So let me create this user story is for backend, and this we will assign to the backend. Okay, this is fine. Save and close. And now we have this user story to backend user story. Here we have 3 tasks. From here I will create one more user story that is related to the front end also. So I will create a new user story, but that goes to in front end only. So here I will change to front end. This is front end UI component we need to make. That's fine. Save and close. Here we can divide it also. This is same whatever actually time and hours we given, that we need to give the same one. So here I'm just giving the 12 point. First I need to be rename the user story, and that user story right now in the front end, that is this one, I need to change to front end. Okay, here I will go in a back end again. Here we have 3 tasks. This task I'll assign to the front end, and parent should be linked to the front end one, and this is the front end, and this should be linked. Save and close. So this task is now not related to this one. This task is now related to the parent one. Okay, so this has been should be removed it also. So if I refresh, now we got a 2 tasks. So this is fine. Now we need to be create one more task that is related to the QA also. So I can go into directly in QA, and here iteration I need to be defined it. Iterations we will come back again, but right now from here also I can create a work item. So here I need to create a QA task, and this is task only. QA will create a bug or issue if we found it. If here we will make one more ticket. First I will go back user story. So this is user story. This is QA. This is also will take some time. According to that, we can give some time. And this user story, suppose I'm assigning to the QA team, whoever belongs to the QA team, I'm just assigning. And this user story also related to the parent is feature. User authentications, not this one. We had one more parent. That is called sign up. Where is the sign up? I think, no, this one on user creation system only. That's it, fine. And we save it. So this is done. Okay. Now inside it we need to create a task. So first either we can open this one also guys, and here add new item, work item, what we wanted to create it. This is actually will become child. Okay, here I'm making the child. Work item should be task, add link, and this will be the parent, and this will be the child. Save and close. Okay, so this is done. So now we have one more QA one also. Okay, so similar to that we can make it more work item. So let's make a few more. So this is totally new feature, and here I'm giving 360 hours, and this one we will make in both the places, means backend, front end, and even the QA also. First I'm making the backend one. Same thing we can make the QA one also. Same thing we can make the for this one also, because we need to divide the stories different area wise also. Right now we need to choose the epic, and this is epic for us. Add link and save. So this is done. Okay, so this is the one feature, and in the feature we can add the user story. Now let's jump on the sprint, how to manage the sprint, because if we'll go there, we can see we have backend team, front-end team, but QA team does not have, right? And even QA team also should have the sprint also. So, but QA team is not coming over here. And if I go to the project setting and here, project configurations, here we have all the sprint. Okay, and sprint means, guys, this is the, you can say a cycle in which we will do or complete our work item. Okay, so whatever the work item we will assign it in this cycle, means start date or end date, this is the one interval we will have to complete our work item. So that we need to be define it, our iterations, or we can say sprint also. So let's define this one also. Might be we have some bugs, so it could be first beta 1. Generally people will be release their software or application with the beta. Then after that beta 2, beta 3, like a way we need to release it, all the Excel product. And finally we'll say release 1, release 2, release 3, like a way we can release it also. So this is our application. This inside in it we have, these are the, you can say the hierarchy, and we can make similar to that. We can select whatever the inside in it we wanted to make a child, we can make it, and here I can write down release 3.0, so like it. Okay, or we can make it the production release. It's up to us how we wanted to be write down. These are the name we can write down our own only. Here we can make the iteration in beta 1. Suppose I wanted to be go with the beta 2, but here in the beta 2 I wanted to go with the 3 iterations. So here I can just give the iterations 5, and this date, suppose I wanted to give 7/3/7, that means it will go into March. So this next will be start on this one. It will take the 2-week time. Even we can change the date according to that. Next one, here also we'll add some iterations. Iteration 6 we will make, suppose on March 21st. Actually I will supposed to will say on this one, and end date will take it, for example, on the 4th on this one. Like a way we will actually make it in the future, whatever the basically we will make in the future release we will do in like a way. And similar to that we can actually add a few more also. So this is what, guys, a project configuration, not team wise. This is project configuration. Even in the project configuration we can make it all the project wise also, like QA, front end, anyway all of these are hierarchy only. Okay, because QA might be required the less iterations, so we can make it according to that. Once we done this iteration part, then we go to the team configuration. This iteration we need to assign to the team also. Here we can see the backlog iteration path that you specified not longer valid. Please correct then refresh the page. If we will go to the front end, we can see this is coming correctly, and we can see over here we have beta 1, beta 2 iteration, all these things we have it also, right? The same way, if I'll go to another one, like take an example of this is the front end, I can go to the back end also. There also we have it, right? Similar to that, we need to assign to all the teams, so that you will assign all this team to the iteration, so that we can see the these board, backlog, and sprint. These things will be start coming in also. Suppose we'll go into the job application or the QA team. Here we'll go inside in the iteration, because here is no iteration is we chosen it. So first we will choose, suppose, the job applications. Okay, inside it whatever we have, it should become also. So we will save it. Now if I select it, it will come. Suppose I will choose the, right now the current iteration is this one, or for the QA I can choose the different iteration also, but right now I'm choosing this one only. And suppose for beta 2 also we'll choose it, and like I can add the all the iteration to the suppose this is for iteration I added. Same thing, I can go into the tag documentation also. There is also I need to choose it. This is job application, that is good part. Here I can go and choose iteration 1, that's fine. And job applications I think we already have, that's fine. And this is also we have, even we can change this to this, the job application only. This is fine. In backend also I will go and backlog iterations, we can choose the parent one also. Okay, the parent hierarchy, and here I can define it also. Now if I'll go to the board or work item, and here we'll see things will become start. Okay, what we need to choose it, if we have this user story or these things, then only these things will be start coming it also. So suppose if I'll go to the backend team, this is exactly feature is coming. So I made the 2 backend feature also, and I made the these 2 story. If I go to the front end, I should see the 2 story, right? And if I go to the QA does not have, let's see, QA has it or not. QA has one user story. Let's go open it also. We need to be change it also, this one, the area. So this is QA and beta QA has it. So we'll go again on the board. Now we can see QA will also get in board. Same thing we will get into backlog also over here. And here we can see the planning is coming. So for the planning, I will come back. Sprint also I can go. From here also I can add the task and bug, and same way I can see the front end and back end also, right? So this is the way we can see sprint wise, backlog wise, board wise. All these things will be coming when we will come into the particular iteration, or when we will correctly map the areas. Then we will get it. All these things will become automatically. Okay. One more thing, we can go in board, we can filter it, we can change the setting also, and inside in it we have, suppose, feature. I'll go in a feature. These are the two features, right? Suppose here we can change on the board only. These are the card of the board, these are the board. Okay, so in the card of the board means what we can change. Suppose I wanted to be add a show empty field, then show empty field will be start coming in. If you wanted to show the tags, it does not have tags, let's add the tag also. So if I'll go there, add a tag authentications. Okay, so suppose I'm adding a tag authentications, save and close. Here I'm adding the tag job management, or I can say the job. Okay, and here I'm adding one more tag that is called, suppose we'll say the user. Okay, there is two tag. We can add the number of the tag. By the tag we can actually filter it also. We can choose whichever the tag we have. You can see we can filter it also. So when we suppose authentication, we have so many work items, we can filter according to tag wise. Or we have, this is also way you can see here. I unchecked it, this one. Once I saved, tag will be removed. Okay, so in the card item we can customize it according to how we wanted to do it also. Even we can add some additional field also. Suppose I wanted to be write down activated by and save it. Now who is actually activated, that username will be see it over here somewhere. Okay, unassigned right now we will see it also over here. So we can add the more field also. Another thing is we have style. We can add the style in the card. Suppose we have lot of work item, I wanted to style that work item has the particular status, that work item has the particular assignee by anything, whatever we like it. Suppose I want to make it color, any name I can give it. Suppose I will give it the test is the name. Color I wanted to choose this one, and what condition you wanted to write down. I will just simply say these are the areas, these are the name. We can give it anything, whatever we like it. Assign to equal to none of them, or we can say assign to the, suppose I assign to this user, then I wanted to see in the red color. This is the way we can change. The red color is actually coming very sharp, so I can make it some different color also. Okay, so this is the way we can change the color also. Here same way we can change the tag color also. Suppose here I have the 2 tag or 3 tags, I can make it login tag color. I can give the, suppose, green color, or the login one will be should become as a green, or does not have, so I will make it to the another one. So let's take this job one, and job should become green, right? So this is the way I can customize the card. Annotations, so by default we can see these are the annotations. Okay, these are the icons, whatever we can see, these are the annotations. We can enable disable also, so that annotation will be displaying over here. Similarly we have test case also, test plan also. If you wanted to show some test case and test plan in a card, that thing we can customize it from here. Okay, another thing, we have column. So by default we have new, active, resolved or closed. We can add any new column also. Suppose I wanted to be add a column hold. Okay, WIP limit means work in the progress limit. How many work item is in the progress, that we can limit it also over here. And what is the feature? Feature is by default we have active, new, resolved only. Hold means also will be came in the active, so we can save, we will get a hold. So this item I can move into the hold also. Okay, and this item suppose I can move into the active. Like a way we can make it new column also. This is the 5. Only 5 items at a time maximum can be goes in the hold. After that it will come in the red color if we will have the more items. These things we can control it over here. Even we can rename it existing also. We can click, we can rename it also. Okay, everything we can change. Even we can change the position of it also. If we required, we can change it also. Another thing, suppose inactive or resolved, I wanted to split it. Okay, this is resolved, or this is resolved is done, or I'm actually doing it also. So once I save, Okay, so because we have already in hold, actually we cannot be deleted, so I need to be first remove it. Then I will go in column again, then I can delete it, then I'll go in a resolve, split column, doing it done. Now we can see we got a two things. So this is actually doing and this is done. So like a way we can change the statuses also. Okay, so might be some people is done, might be after certain hour he will actually move into change the status. He will move into the doing to done. So these things we can change it from here. Another thing, in the board, what else we can design it, and once we will change the guys, once we refresh it, always will be there. Not like a way the changes will become for temporary purpose. No, it will save in a database of the Azure and it will be always will be there. So these board you can customize according to your project wise or according to your team wise also. Another thing is we have swim lanes. Swim lane means suppose I'm adding a new swim lanes and I'm giving the name is suppose productions, anything we can give, and color I wanted to give it actually suppose green color, and all this option are same, or either I can write down the criteria also. So automatically whatever the item we have that goes into that particular field if we have such a thing. Suppose I will say tag. If the tag is contain user, then it should be automatic into productions. Once I save, we can see this tag should be moved into the production. So the production means we got it now two. Now we have the divide the this progress area. This is progress area guys. New and the close is separate. All are active result are the progress area. Inside in it, this tag should be moved it also. So let's see one more time. Equal to productions tag contain user. Does not contain. Okay, that's fine. User. This is correct. Tags contain user. Yeah, it should be moved, or either we can actually give some different one also. So let me change to the job. Will it move or not? No idea, but we can drag and drop also. Not sure why it is not moving, but we can drag and drop also. Okay, I think around 50 we can make. The production, this is default, we can give different name, we can give different name. So same kind of task we can move like environment wise, production, QA, QC, or different way we can segregate. Okay, so this is we call swim lanes, means these are we are creating lanes over here. So this is the way we can create it also, and we cannot delete. If we move the item, we cannot delete because we need to be moving to the new, or either we need to be delete that card item, then only we should be change it also. So let me change this one also, it will become as a default only. So this was the default. So these are guys all the setting of the board related thing. These are the all the setting of the board related thing. So you guys can change it also, all these things, and try to play with it also. Nothing will be changed, only the display things will be changed. So you guys can try and play with it also. Another thing, if we go in a backlog, here guys we can see the planning of iteration wise. Okay, here we have 2-3 options. We can go the planning or mapping. Mapping means these item is mapped to these are the features. Okay, these stories are mapped to the features. And here we can see epic also. How we can see epic? Because I selected this one parent. If I select the parent, whichever the parent is belongs, whichever the we already map, all these things we can see it also. And here if anything is unmapped, we can actually map it also. Over here drag and drop, it will map it also. Here I can see the feature different team wise also. If we have some feature in different team also, like we can choose it also. Another thing we have, as I told you, planning is related to sprint planning. So planning related thing we can see it over here also. We can make the new sprint from here also, or either we can go into sprint and there also we can choose it. When we go here we can see sprint planning will become. Okay, and so planning means it will come like a way, right? So this is the way we can actually map planning, or we can see board, backlog, or we can switch between the work item, board, backlog, and sprint. So in the next video we'll see how to see the work detail, what is the meaning of the capacity, and the analytics. We'll see this one in the detail, and after that we will work on the queries and delivery plan and analytics view. Dashboard is also linking to these work item only guys. After that we will go more technically on the repository, pipeline, test plan, and artifact side. Okay, in the last session we learned how to create a work item, how we can see the work item in the board or in the backlog and the sprint. So this is sprint guys, and here this is a task board, and we can go into the backlog also. Backlog will be see here directly we can create the any task also, and work detail and planning we can switch it over here. Suppose we wanted to see the work detail. To see the work detail guys, we should go into the first capacity. This user, how much capacity he have to work. Total actually team right now is actually 0. So suppose capacity per day, how much capacity he has? He has 8-hour capacity per day. Okay, and he is not exactly taking any day off, so this is actually 8 hours, and he will work on the development side. Another user, he is also development, so he'll do exactly suppose 7 hours. Deepak is also will do the development, and suppose he will do the 6 hours. He will do the suppose a requirement gathering, and it will take around 8 hours. So these are the capacity. We can save the capacity from here. Once we save, when we go to the backlog, we can see work detail, we will get it. So this is our development. This is a requirement. Like a way, if you will make the documentations, here we will get the segregate. The total 72 hours assigned to this user. This user, Deepak, is this much. This user has this much. So these are the detail we are getting as a work detail of current sprint iterations, one only of all this user story related thing. Okay, so this is the way, guys, we can see. And here also, suppose Devashi's done actually remaining work is right now is 16 hour, and he completed 8 hour from here. Once we save, we can see some progress will be start, right? Like a way we can see, suppose this required 24 hours and he completed around 12 hours, and 12 hours is remaining, and you can see this is also coming started. So this is the way, once we write down the capacity, this is the way we will see in a backlog, and work detail will be populated. Here in the capacity, if the some user or some developer won't be available in this sprint, suppose he will work like 4 hours, or suppose he wanted to be make it one more item. This user wanted to be add one more activity for documentations 2 hour daily. So this is the way we can add it, and according to that we can see we got a documentation also. So how much time he spent on documentation, that work detail we will see it over here. Here in the capacity could be possible, guys, some user won't be available. Suppose Devashish won't be available, he is taking day off of this day on 16, he won't be available. So according to that, this backlog will be adjusted automatically. This is in the work item, we'll see how is actually our work is actually going in a progress. Okay, so this is the way we have the work item planning. Another thing is, suppose we will add to this favorite. So when we will click it over here, user setting, suppose if we will click in this one favorite, our sprint we can see, as we can mark down anything like board, backlog, work item, work team, anything that we will come into favorite. So once we will click on the star, we will get over here. Another one, we have one icon also. From this icon we can go all the item, board, backlog, sprint, we can choose, and we can go it also. So it will help us to navigate. From here also we can see the member. One more thing, when we go into backlog, we have analytics. Analytics means whatever the sprint we plan it, or whatever the work item we done it, that analytics will become. I'll show in another project. Here we have Tailwind Trader. Here we'll go in a backlog. Here we click on the analytics. Here we can see average work in the progress. This much work is actually progress in average. Here we can, from last 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, all these things we can see it also. If we have swim lanes, we can see all the swim lane also. How many tasks is closed or new, we can check it out it also. So that means it's showing in a graph how much is actually our progress. According to that, we will see a one count. Similarly, here we can see one more thing, is velocity. Velocity means how the work item is actually moving. What is the average velocity for the sprint, for this particular iterations, from the last particular iteration, this is the velocity. And guys, one more thing, when we go in a backlog, suppose this is the team, here we can see forecast also. Forecast, according to that we can see this is the velocity, means how we completed our all the work item in last iteration. According to that, it is forecasting or what would be the velocity. According to that, we can make a plan, we can add a more developer, or we can make the ticket if there's somebody ticket does not have, so that we can make more ticket completed, or we can add the, if we have the more workload, we can add the developer also in the current sprint. So this is the way we can actually forecast it also for future purpose. One more thing, guys, from here we can send an email also. We can add to anybody, whoever actually we have in our organizations, and here we can write down the note. All the whatever the backlog will be sent as an email also. If we need to send in our organizations, rather than taking a screenshot, we can send the email also directly. Another thing is, we can make the task, can we change the process also? Process means right now we are in Agile. Can I move to the Scrum or CMMI also? That is also possible. How? So first we will make a new process level. We'll go in an organization setting. Here we have process, and these are the default process we have. Now we wanted to create a new process. So we can suppose I wanted to be just extend the Agile one. I will click new team project, create inherited process, means whatever the Agile we have, we can create from here. Set as default process. So now whatever the new project will be created, so this will be the default process. Disable process, I want to be disabled for the future purpose, nobody will create it. Or we can change the security also. So here we will do the create inherited process. Here we'll write down new Agile, or any other name also, we can say wellness Agile. Now here we can write down some descriptions and create. So this is the new process is created. After that we click and we can see we have these are the work item. Here we can add a remove, or we can add a new work item also. Suppose here in a user story, I wanted to add a new work item. Here we can select any one of items. Suppose on the task, I wanted to click. Here we can add a new field. Suppose field name, I wanted to give a ticket ID, and this is the name. This is a text box will become in the text. We can write down the boolean, date, time, pick list also, anything we can write down. Here this field will become an existing field item, acceptance criteria, or we can add our new group item also. Suppose here I am writing down tickets, ticket detail. Let's add it, and here you will see we have the new ticket detail and ticket ID. Okay, and where we made it, this thing we made into wellness Agile, in the wellness Agile process. Okay, now we need to be change our project to Agile to wellness Agile. Change the process. First we will go in all process, and then we'll go in Agile. Here we have projects by default. This project I need to change to the process to wellness Agile and save it. Okay, once this is completed, then we'll go back to our project. This is our project. Now here in a board, we can go into any task, and here we can see we got a ticket detail, right? And this is coming ticket ID. So here we can pass the ticket ID also, and these things can be come into planning also. I added over here. It can become anywhere also. Ticket ID means suppose some QA have the different product like Jira or something else. There is assigning the ticket. So that ticket ID I can write down over here, and I can save it. That ticket ID will be always saved into database also. So this is the way we can add a new field also in a work item. Last time we created ticket details over here. This ticket detail we can show it in this column also and in this column also. So how to customize it? We can go in edit. We can select and save. This ticket detail will become over here. Okay. Even we can move it also up and down also. So how we'll do? We can just simply click move up, it will goes to up. If you have implementation, it always coming before the implementation. So like a way we can change it also. Another thing, suppose we already have bug epic feature. These are the work item. We wanted to be create a new work item for stakeholder request, means directly customer is requesting something. That request is not come under any user story, bug or task. That is, we wanted to make a totally different work item. So let's create a new work item that is called stakeholder request. Here I can just simply write on the descriptions. This is optional, but still we can write down. I can choose the icon. Suppose icon for stakeholder, I'm writing down this one, and the icon color will take it as we'll take this one. Okay, and create. So new work item is came over here. Here we can design according to our needs. So by default we have descriptions. We can add a more field. We have the development, deployment, and related task. So now if we'll see this work item, so to see, let me open this one into separate tab. Here we'll go in a board, and when we will create it over here, you can see stakeholder request is coming, and when we click, we get it only descriptions. It does not have another column because we didn't added anything, right? Over here we will add few field. Suppose here we'll go, so here we'll write down the priority label, and this would be the drop down. So we'll choose it from here. Pick list, that we can write down the pick list item. This is critical, high, medium, and low. So these are the item. After that we can go in options. This is required or not. We can write down also required. If you wanted to make the user to by default, the one of the field is actually by default should become. So whatever the request will be came from the stakeholder, it should be always critical. We should choose this one. Layout, where we wanted to be make it this one. So it could be custom layout, or it should be the in existing one also. Layout means exactly where we wanted to place it. So I'm just adding it over here. So this is by default, we will get it actually pick list over here. So we'll go there. Once we refresh it, let's reload it. Here we can see we got it actually by default critical, but we can choose it any one of them also. And this is coming custom. Even we can change it also. So we can just right click and add it over here. And here we can write down request detail. Save it. Okay. So these things will become like away. Similar to that, we can add few more items. We can right click and new field we can add, or either we can click it from here also. We can write down another field also. We'll go there, new field. Here we'll write down the estimated effort. This is text line only, and or we can write down estimated effort into number also. This is integer. Options, this is fine. Layout, where we wanted to place. In the request detail only we wanted to place it, or even we can create it our own also group. So suppose I wanted to give it estimated and add field. This field is coming over here, but we can change it, add it, and we can write down this field will be go over here, okay, inside into the request detail. Or we can actually move this one also completely to layout also, okay, complete layout also we can move. Hide from the layout, we can move, actually we need to refresh one time, then might be that options will become, yes, add it. Now we'll actually going to over here. So this will become over here. So let's refresh it also over here. Now we can see estimated also coming up. So like we can write down. Another thing is we have state. So we have by default 3 states, new, active and close. Means the user can change it over here. Once I save it, suppose I will give it title. Suppose Google login request. We get it from the customer, will save it. Now we can see we have 3 options, new, active and close. Here active means this is progress. If you wanted to change, or we wanted to be added exactly one more request type, or we wanted to be added actually one more state, we can add it also. So how we can add, just click on the new state and we can add, and even we can move up and down also. This is in progress. In progress we can add it a few more also. Suppose I wanted to be rename this one in progress one. This is fine. This is name. Suppose I wanted to rename this one, so I will just click on edit. This is the name actually by default we have. This is in progress, we are getting it, but we can change it any one of them, like completed, remove, resolved, all this we can change it also. And this is the color will we get it, right? So these are the default things we coming, guys, but we can change it also. If we wanted to change, if we wanted to move into this purpose to the somewhere else, we can change it also. Or if you wanted to be add a new one, suppose I wanted to check a reviewed one, and that should be goes into proposed, and the color is suppose blue is fine, then the review also will become. So once we refresh it, we'll get one more option that is called review. So like we can add the state also. Another one, in the layout only we can add a group also. Suppose I wanted to be add a new group is like business info, and that I wanted to be added, we can choose it any layout, whatever we like it, we can add directly, and this will become over here. Inside in it we can add a new field also. Suppose here we wanted to be add a business owner name, or here we wanted to be add the customer name. This should be as a text box, or we can choose one of them, identity, anything. Identity means the user will type their name with the help of the @ options, where we wanted to be required, allow, assign to group, that we can choose it one of them. Set default value to the user or a group, we can choose it also this one. Layout, that is come into the business info only. Let's add it. So this information will become over here. So let's refresh this one, existing one. So this will become over here. Here we can choose one of the name also. This is identity name. So whatever the user is actually coming is over here. So we can choose it over here and we can save it also. These information we can add it. So guys, we can customize this one. We can customize this one. We can add the new work item. We can add the status also. We know actually how to change the area, iterations. Reason is also we can change this deployment also. We know actually how to link the deployment. This will be seen in the next sections. And here also we have some option if you wanted to be add a new page. So that page also we can add it from here only. So let's add the new page also. Let's add the new page also. So here we will add suppose requirement. We can edit anything like requirement or checklist for deployment also, BRD document or something. It could be any page also. So here this page will become. In this requirement we need to add the fields. Fields we need to add the same way, guys. So in the requirement actually I need requirement. So here we'll be write down document. In the document here we'll make the document name. Here we'll write down the requirement. Suppose here we will write down the date and we will choose over here date and time. Options, layout, all these things are fine. We will actually make it a custom only. and we will add it. We can change the group also. Suppose here I want it to be write down details add. Okay, similar to that we can add a few more field over here or either here only. And suppose here I'm adding the new field is request name, a requirement, and here I'm writing down requester. This requester only I'm adding, so this will become over here. So let's go there, just refresh it. Here we'll see requirement came. Now we'll go there. Now we can fill the date when the requirement came and who is requested, that we can write down over here. So all this information we can edit over here. So what we understand, we can customize the complete work item also according to what requirement we have. We can customize it. Let's take one more scenario. In the wellness agile we have bug. Here we'll create a first a new field. The field is resolution summary, and this is resolution summary, and this could be the multi-line layout where we wanted to place it. This could be effort hour here, or it could be below the system info also. I can just place the below the system info. In this one, this is fine. Let's add it. This will become over here. So when we refresh the existing bug, it will come over here. So now we wanted to make a rule. So if we resolve this bug, then we should be fill the resolution summary also. So let's make a rule. We click it, new rule. Here we'll give the rule name. Resolved resolution is the name. Conditions when we wanted to be do this. So when we have when state is changed to the result, so we'll have the state. So here we'll choose if work item state is suppose resolved, then what action we wanted to take it. So here we will take an actions. We wanted to make required. So which field we wanted to make required? We wanted to make required of resolution summary. Otherwise we don't want to make required. So this one we wanted to make required only when we will actually work item state to change to resolved, then this will be the required. So let's save it. This is our bug item. We'll go there. Let's create a new bug. Login page is not working. Okay, let's make it simple one only. And here we'll save it. Suppose user will be make a resolved also. So that this is actually we can say this red color is came. Now he need to fill something. Then only he able to save it also. So like we can make it rule also. Make it one more rule. Suppose this rule is actually the remaining work. We wanted to be change it. Any name we can give. So we wanted to give the remaining work here. Whenever any state we will change to done of any work item or any task, then we wanted to be the whatever the remaining work, it should be goes to the 0 1. So here work item state is suppose closed. We can say closed or done. Then what action we wanted to take it? We wanted to be the value, that is we can do copy the value, we can do set the value. Which field value we wanted to send it? We wanted to send it the remaining work, and that value goes to the 0. Okay, so because once we close the down, so remaining work also should be goes to the automatically 0 also. So we'll go there and we will suppose save it. We will create a new task, and or we can take the existing task also. Suppose this is a task. Here this task is completed. Now marking as a close. So we can see this is actually, so one second, let me come back. So we'll go there. So right now is remaining is 12, right? So when I close it, you can see when I just choose the close, this is goes to the 0. It will clear it. Okay, and we'll save it also. Right, so like a way we can make a rule and we can change it also. Anything, so any kind of rule we can make it also. Another thing is, suppose this is one of the tasks we have and I wanted to change the type of this task. Suppose this is a task we made it, but it could be the bug, it could be the user story, anything. So how we will change it? We can just right click on this one, change the type, and from here we can choose it what the type we wanted to make it. Once we can choose it, and we can just write down the description why we change it and what is the reason of the changing of this one, and click on OK. Another way, we can go into the board or the backlog. Here we can see we have the number of tasks also. Another one is, if you suppose you wanted to change the work item type or status, or we wanted to assign to somebody, we can select the multiple work item in the backlog or anywhere also, backlog or sprint or anywhere also where it can possible. Here multiple work item we can select, and here we can say assign to. We can directly assign to one of the user, and we can edit also directly. Edit means whatever the common field we can edit also. We can choose the field and that we can assign all the equal value also. So here we have the multiple options if you wanted to do on multiple work item. So for example, we wanted to move this work item to this iterations. We wanted to add a link to this work item to somewhere else. We'll change the parent, we'll change the type, or we can add into the branch also. So all these things can be possible in the bulk of the work item. It's whatever the queries we select as a favorite, that will become over here. All means all the queries. This query is related to the what I will create myself. And shared query means whatever the query I will share with the team. So here we will create a one folder, new folder. Name I'm giving a shared query, and that I will make it under the shared queries folder. Now inside in it we will create a new query. We can create the new query outside also, but right now I'm creating into this folder only. So let's make the new query. So now this is default editor query. So to run this query we need to simply click on run, and here we can see this is the field. There we can choose any field also if the field is greater than to the 180 days. So whatever the work item we created in 180 days, all this work item will become. Another end condition we have, and work item type, any type, all the type of work item we will get it. Here we can choose the epic feature, all this thing also. Suppose I choose in the epic, here we'll get the only epic, and suppose I choose the feature, we made the two feature only. Another thing we have, and state means all the state, like the active, closed, all are the state. Here we can see it also which query we closed it, that detail we will get it. And if suppose if I'll check the active one, it does not have any active in the feature. Okay, let's take the any and we'll see the active. There also it does not have. And we can see accepted, do we have, it does not have it also. Planning, in the progress, and we can see new definitely we have a lot of queries also, right? So this is the way we can write down the query and we can execute it also. Here all the result we can see, even guys result we can see over here also. Here we can see the result in the larger way. Here we have the chart we will make the later on. We have operator guys, less than, not equal to, all are the operator. Inside it we have the expressions. What expression we wanted to use, we can use it also. Suppose here we wanted to write down the work item type, and inside in it we will choose contain. We have so many operator guys, so we'll use the in, and inside in it we will write down the task, comma feature, comma user story. Okay, so these things we wanted to include it. So when we execute, these things will become, which have the active state. Okay, and suppose here we will make the or means guys, this is the conditions, and this is also, you can see epic is also start coming, because whatever this one, these conditions, or exactly it will bring the, because epic is also in the new state, so that's why it's coming as a new state also. So suppose over here we will change to the state, this is a state, and here we will write down the new state. In the below I wanted to check one more state guys, that is called active. So these are the two states. Either I will use the in operator and we will pass by the comma separated, or either actually we have these two things. But we want these two things will become as a or, and should we work with this one. So we need to be the grouping it also. In generally SQL Server, how we are doing it, we will write down a query, we have the basically or statement, and we put it in the round bracket. But here if we need to do such a thing, then we need to be grouping it also. So to group, actually we need to be select this way. So we need to select and we need to group it. Now if we'll execute, now we'll see we will get all the data which has a new and active. Okay, but we can see epic is one coming. But if I ungroup this one, epic will be come also. So this is the way we can actually group it also if we require to group this query, and we will get the appropriate data. Another thing is, suppose I wanted to add a new clause, and here we will write down title. Here we will use the contain. In this title, if suppose we are creating login is the word, we are searching it. When we click on the query, whatever the login one, all these things will become. So here we can choose the different operator. According to that, we can search the work item. And one more thing guys, if I click it on this one, I can click on this button, back to query, we can come back it also. And if you wanted to run this query across the project, if we have the number of project, then we can click on this one, execute the query. This query can be run on different project also. Suppose I will remove this one and execute it. Now we can see we got it exactly different data also. So these data might be coming from the different project also. But how do we know which project is actually belongs to this particular task? To do this one, we can increase the column also. And column we can increase from here, column options. Here we will actually choose the team project. Okay. Now we can see this project name is Tailwind Trader, and below when is the job application. So that means this data is coming from the two different projects. Now once we write down the query, we should be save it also, so that we can run it in the future also. So we can give the query name. Suppose I'm giving the multi-project work item, and that will become under the shared queries. Click on OK. Now if I'll go into shared queries, here we can see we have this is query. From here also I can run the query directly, and we'll see all our data came. If I need to change anything in the query, I will go in editor, I will change it also, right? So whichever the first item, this item we can see it over here. So if I select something, here only we can see it also. So we don't need to be click, even here also we can see it also. Another thing is, if we'll go in a query, we can see this query is actually outside of it. We can drag and drop because this folder at the time we created that was didn't refresh. So once we create any folder or any change, guys, we should be refresh it also. Otherwise actually it will come like a way. So you can drag and drop on this folder. Now this query is actually come under this folder. Now we can click it over here. This query I can make the favorite also. So once I will go on a queries, here we can see in favorite, we can see this is my query is coming, right? And this query is actually coming into over here. Even here also I can run directly query also. And all the favorite queries we can see in the favorite tab. Even I can assign this query to one of my team also. So suppose backend team, this query will assign, and once I assign, you can see backend team query will become favorite, backend team, continue where you left it also. All these things will become. So here project wise also we can assign the queries. And one more thing, guys, all the queries, all the data, all the work item, even related thing also, we have security tab. In the security, if we'll go, we have the security. Here we can actually give that. You can see search for a user or group, means we can search it through the user. Even we can give the access to the team also. Suppose I wanted to give to the access to my backend team. This is the backend team. Here I can set this backend team can do the contribute. Contribute means they can modify it also. Allow, delete, no, we'll say deny. Manage permissions, they can change the permission also. Deny, read only, yes, they can read only also. So all this permission we can give it in this way. And we can close it also. Another thing, if we'll go inside in a query, we can rename the query also, and plus we can email this query. Whatever the result of this query, we can email it, and even we can copy the query URL, we can share to somebody, and we can export it also in a CSV also. Another thing, this is result where we can see the query result. This is editor where we can change the data of the query. And this is chart. Here we can add the chart also. We can click it over here. We have the number of the chart. Suppose I wanted to add a bar chart. This is the chart name, whatever the name we wanted to give it. Suppose I wanted to give the backend team bar chart. Here we will choose the group so that we can show the count in a bar chart. We'll choose the state, the work item type, count. Here will become the count as a work item. Value. In the value what we wanted to show it, ascending and descending value. These are the basically the color for task, feature, user story. These are the color. Even we can customize it also. The data will be come in this way. You can save the chart also, and chart will be retrospective. By default we does not have in Azure portal. Manually we can do the retrospective by the Scrum Master, but if you wanted to do use as a template, or you can say some interface to record a retrospective, or there we can configure team wise retrospective, then we can go to the marketplace. And we have so many extensions in the marketplace. We can go into the organization setting, and here we have extensions. Here we can go to the browser marketplace. Here already I installed these extensions. This is the widgets. This is the retrospective, and here also we can search. This one we need to install it. We have so many other extensions also we can install, and this is actually a good one. This is created by Microsoft only, so we can trust it on this one also, and we can install. So once we install the retrospective, we need to go in our project, Java applications. Here in the board, we can see this is a retrospective. This is the documentation of retrospective that we have in Microsoft.com. There we can see if you will make it, this kind of retrospective UI will become. Here we can read it about the retrospective. Here we can give the feedback, and here we can support it also. So this is about the extension, guys. Even we can read all these things on extension window also. That means there we are searching it over here also. Okay. Apart from that, we need to go into retrospective. Once we will make it will look like this one. So let's make the new one. Retrospective, guys, we can make it as a team wise also. Here we need to go and we will create new retrospective. This window will become, here we need to be write down the name of the retrospective. Suppose I'm giving a name sprint wise. So this is the sprint 2. Retrospective we should be give after the sprint is done. Retrospective means is a feedback, means what kind of feedback we have, whatever the task we had it. According to that, we are collecting the feedback to the team so that we can improve this fallback and do some better into next sprint. So here in other word we can say retrospective is a type of meeting, and it is a part of Agile framework only. When the team reflect on what went well or what actually could not well, we can improve it, or what is the idea. So if you will see over there behind it, here we can see what is the good, what is the bad, and what is the ideas. According to that, we can change into the next sprint, or we can improve the next sprint, and we can make some task it also. Suppose story was not well redefined before the sprint planning. So this was the actually the bad thing was, or this we need to improve it. We can give this name, we can change it also. And guys, this tool is they made for the especially for the feedback purpose. So let's make a new one. We'll see. So here I'm giving the sprint 2. And one more thing, here we can give the vote also. What means whatever the task wise, whatever the feedback wise, this is good or bad. According to that, we can give the feedback also. Here we have include team assessment, means we can give the assessment also. We have some predefined questions there, we can give assessment. This one, we can actually feedback for the other until the collect the phase. We can check it also. This is by default all the settings. So I'm not changing right now over these settings. Display retrospective prime directive. Yes, it will display over here. Don't display the name of the feedback. Whoever will be give the feedback, means the teammates, we won't be show their name anywhere. So this is totally anonymous feedback will become. Another thing, you can create a maximum 5 column in the retrospective. Means these are the 2 column, what went well, what don't go well. Even we can choose some template. Good bad idea, this was the last time I created. Mad, sad, glad, this is we can choose. Keep and less more, this is also we can choose. Even we can make it, add it our own column also, whatever we like it. We can change the color, icons, anything. Even if you don't want, we can actually just simply delete it also. It will disable it also. Okay, so this is the default setting. I'm not changing it, so let it become with this one only. Another thing, we have permission also. Permission means whatever the retrospective we are making, which user or which team group we wanted to give the permission. Suppose last time I created for the backend user, now we'll create for the front-end team. So here we have, will make front end. This one, even we can add the user it also, but right now I'm just giving front end only. Okay, so this is done, and now it will come over here. What went well means what was the went. So what went well means what was the went well in the last sprint and what didn't well. According to that, we need to collect the feedback. So here we will write down and we will collect the feedback to the team. Scrum Master will be write down some point. For example, successful implementation of the continuous integration and continuous deployment pipeline. Also, similar to that, we can make a new feedback also, improve the team collaboration through the effective use of the Azure dashboard. So these are the what went well. So now teammates need to agree on this point also. Here in didn't well, actually we can write down, even the teammate also can propose it. If these things exactly didn't well, can we write down this one also. So if most of the teammate will be agree, and Scrum Master will try to exactly take this feedback, and according to that he need to change it also. So guys, Scrum Master will make the life easier for the teammates. He will help out on the basis of this retrospective feedback. He will share the feedback with the business or client, and according to that he will change into the further work item. So performance bottleneck in the build and the release process. So these are the suppose the two point we added. After that, this is a collect. We collected all these are the points. Okay, even the teammate, as I told you, even the teammate also can add it further also. We have the grouping. Even we can make the grouping also. Suppose these two we wanted to be just group it, so we can just drag and drop. These are the two, it will become like it. Okay, so this is the part of this one only. So means if suppose we will make a development related things, we can make it n number of the feedback also. Similarly, we can add it more feedback item also. After that, we need to give the vote. Who will give this vote? Whoever the team belongs to, whoever the team has a right or permission, they can actually vote it. Simply need to give the vote in this way. If we will give the positive, that will increase it. If we give to negative, it will goes to the till 0. So we need to be, yeah, we agree, we didn't agree, like we need to give it. After that, on this particular vote, we can act also. Here we can add the any work item also. Suppose I wanted to be create a new work item. Here new task, or on the basis of this feedback, I can create a new work item also. Okay, so if I click it over here, new task window will become, and here we can see the discussion also will get it. Right, so this is the normal work item we can create it on the basis of retrospective wise. Another thing, focus mode. We can go in the focus mode. What went well, we can see over here. So from here also we can make it any work item. So from the focus mode, now the time to focus, discuss on the feedback, what feedback item at the time, and create the action work item. So from here also we can create a work item also, or directly on the act also we can create the work items. Focus mode is nothing, basically we can open it particular item, we can discuss it one by one item, and we can make the work item. After that, team can give the team assessment also. Means from here he can give the some feedback like clarity. Do we have the clarity or not? Do we have energy or not? The psychological safety we have or not? All this option they can give it also. They can submit it, and these things will be anonymous will become. Remember, we founded one checkbox, so we will submit this one. After that, Scrum Master will be go, and you can see show retrospective summary. Here we have the summary also. According to the summary, Scrum Master can take some decision it also. Apart from this, actually Scrum Master can export the CSV content, and he can create the email summary also. All this retrospective summary he can email it also. And even he can create copy of the retrospective, whatever the template he chooses, whatever the question he has it, he can actually repeat all these questions in after every sprint, close it also. And he can edit the retrospective, delete, archive, all this option we have is. So let's make a delivery plan. So we'll go in the Tailwind Trader project this time, because we required sprint wise data. So that and delivery plan, guys, generally sometimes what we have the number of the project. One project is dependent on another project, or it could be the library package, it could be anything. So project we have aligned, and that one project is actually developed first, another project is didn't develop, so we have dependency, right? Means because the package or the library should be developed first, then it should be used into the child project. Means we have dependency. Now in the delivery plan we can actually resolve that thing also. Okay, so here we can see this is the Microsoft document, and here we can see delivery plan will be become like a, this is Azure board feature roadmap, and in the delivery plan, that is, guys, we called is the marker. Okay, and of the Q3 we can see the dev, productions, and different environment wise we can put a marker over here also. Okay, and like this is sprint wise we have, right? These are the things we can make it. So let's make it, and we will see the continuous document also. So we'll go into the board. Here we have delivery plan, and I will create a new delivery plan, and this plan I will make it actually suppose QA. Okay, this is the project. We have the two project here. We can choose it also different project name, and this is a team. What the team you wanted to choose, you can choose. Here we have the backlog, either feature or the story. Generally we have, this is the higher level, so we can choose it any one of them. Suppose I'm choosing the feature over here. We can add the team also. Suppose I wanted to make a delivery plan, as I told you, dependencies means front-end dependency we have the backend team, or might be on the QA, so we can actually add the dependency also. Even we have the criteria also, means we wanted to work item as a limit on the filter wise, then also we can put it. It means like we can see iteration wise, we wanted to check the status wise, so these things we can add it also. Okay, so that we can filter so much work item what become, and we can filter it also. And once we create the click, this window will be appearing. Okay, this is default, so this is the today. So whatever this iteration is on the 16th, and today is the 25th of Feb. Okay, and the March we does not created any iteration because this was the dummy project, but still we can go back and we can check it also. And this is actually, if you wanted to collapse or we have so many iterations, then we can use it over here also. Or we can add the team also. So if you wanted to add anything over here, then we can go again and go back in the setting. We can change the name also. We can add the team also. Suppose I wanted to add one more team over here, this one, and this is actually have epic feature. And suppose here also we use the feature only. Save it. Now we can see we have the multiple teams, right? And now we can see this is red color also. That is good part. Now I'll show the marker one. Let's see the marker how we'll get. We have the team. You guys can see this team actually we already done. Field criteria, we can add the field criteria means filter it. Okay, that we can do it also. This is marker. So here I wanted to add one marker, suppose 1st of Jan, and the marker is enter the marker label. So we'll see the dev. This was the dev environment. This was at the time our project is in dev, and here we can choose the color. Let's make the pink only, or we can write down the yellow, because earlier stage we have yellow and later on it will become orange or green, whatever it is. And on the 1st of the Feb, our project is came into QA, and then it become the orange one. Okay, let's save it. Okay, now you can see this is dev and this is a QA. So till here, whatever the iteration was, means we done it, but till here we was on the dev, and now we are the QA. So we can actually divide our iterations. We can make all the delivery plan over here, means December to the January, February. We can check it out all the previous also, and we can see all our plan, and we can write down the marker also. Okay, this is we can like a way we can actually collapse and expand. This is also show all dependency. We can see all the dependencies. You can see this is at the dependency, right? And we can click it again. You can see the dependency. Here collapse the card field. If you wanted to don't want to see this one, if we have the very bulky dashboard kind of stuff, then we can actually expand and collapse also. Here also zoom out, zoom in, we can use it. Okay, to see the proper dashboard, because we can take screenshot, even we can send to somebody else also. That's why we can use it. So it's like a plan, so we can discuss to the team or the client or the business. We can discuss it also. Or even we have the zoom, you can see full screen option also. Here we can see full screen option, right? So all these things we have. Okay, so this much we've done. Now we'll see the document again, and here we know how we need to go to delivery plan. And here they are explaining everything, right? Configure the plan, we have the expand and collapse, everything, even with the site also. Okay. And guys, one more thing, we have so many this icon, and even we can add few more icon also over here. Then we can go into setting. These are the field. So whatever the field we wanted to show it, like show parent, show ID, all these things we can add. And once we save it, these things will be start appearing it also. Okay. So this is the just for designing this delivery plan only, how we can design it. And here we can see we can add the marker. Marker means you can see publish, and this is the today end of the quarter 2. We will actually there we need to add it, and we can write down the more marker also according to our release wise, according to like QA DAO. If you wanted to give some productions and post production hot fixes, this we can make it also delivery, or we can task wise also we can make it like feature wise. We can make it also marker over here. Okay. Another thing is title. We can actually collapse it, that we already cite, and view roll up for the feature and epic. Okay. We can actually drag it. We can actually move this item. Suppose I wanted to move into this release, I can just drag and drop it also. Okay. So this one actually came it over here. So these things also we can do into delivery plan. And once I change it, okay, you guys can see once I change it, it will change it also iterations. Earlier it was iteration 1, and now it's actually iteration 3. So that is also possible from here itself. Okay. So these are the things they explain it. Okay. Now, one more thing I wanted to tell you. Here we have this is very good feature of the linking, means showing the dependencies. In the dependency, guys, we can see this should be first need to be complete, then it will goes to there. Okay. Means these tasks are the dependency. How the dependency means? Here in the iteration, remember we done the linking, right? At the live of linking, we was doing it actually successor, or the basically it is depend upon parent and child also. So this is the linking. Here we can see it also, or once we click, this is the linking I was talking about, right? So who is the parent, who is the predecessor, all these things exactly we can see it also. If this is actually successful, goes to well, that means it will show as a green icon. Okay. I'll show you also over here, and here we can see these are the green icons. We can see linking. Okay. These are the linking, means this task is depend upon this task, and it's showing green, means this task is done, committed, and this task is actually will start after actually finishing of this one. So that is actually dependent on each other, right? It could be this one to depend upon this one, according to actually we have it also. Okay. So like you can see cancel order form first done, then GSP locator interface should be started. Right. So these are the dependencies we have, and these dependency, as we can see, click on it, we can see this diagram also, and these are the dependency on multiple item dependencies. Okay. So these things we can add it. Other than this, we can add the style also. Style meaning is, suppose I wanted to style, add on the down, and the color I will choose the green one, and here also if we have something we can choose it, or otherwise we will save it. So guys, over here we need to write down criteria according to status wise, according to item wise. We can write down also like state, I chosen it. Here we have active state, all the active one we will get it. So these item will become as a green, whichever the active one, right? So this kind of styling we can apply it. Another thing is tag. If we have already tag in this actually tickets, and we wanted to add the style of the tag also, so we can go there. We can search the tag. Right now it does not have any tag. We can find out the color. We can choose the tag, and we can write down also. But right now it does not have any tag. So that's why it's showing it up here as a blank, but we can add the tag also if we have something. Okay. The tag will be shown to these card only, and we can, according to that, we can find out the item quickly also. Okay. So this is all about the delivery plan. So we can make the delivery plan. We can show the delivery plan. It is dashboard by which we can understand which iteration is going to there. We can add the marker, we can styling it also, and we can check dependencies also. This is very important. Okay. Sometimes dependency won't appear it. We need to reload it, or we need to refresh it also. Okay. So I think I covered everything over here. So that you can see, this is the dashboard of the front-end team. Means we can make a dashboard team wise also, and here we can see this is the task, one task. According to filter, we can write down the task also, and this is the dashboard, and in this dashboard we have some other widgets also. This is we call widget. We can add n number of widget from here. We can add it, and we can add it also. And last time I modified on the 25th of January. Now let's edit it. Now once I add it, here is the widget list. And guys, few widget does not exist over here. We need to be download from the marketplace also. This is extension gallery link. We need to download it also. And these widgets all are the customizable in the sense of the size. And we have the configuration like filter wise, what kind of data we need to show, what kind of number we wanted to show. We can customize it also. this dashboard, once we're done, we can say done editing. Okay, and we can refresh it also, we can enlarge it also, and we can copy the dashboard also. Means if you want to make it for other team, we can just copy it and their team data will be loaded over here. Okay, suppose I made this dashboard, I wanted to make a new dashboard from the scratch. Then I will go new dashboard. We can see browse all the dashboard also. From here we can see we have the number of dashboard. Now I wanted to create a new dashboard. I can go new dashboard. Here I can give the name, whatever the name I like it. So suppose I wanted to give the testing dashboard name, team dashboard or the project dashboard. This is the project dashboard. Project dashboard means the team, all the team will be visible. So any team could be have the number of dashboard. So whatever the favorite they wanted to show the dashboard on, whatever the dashboard they wanted to be click it, that can also be loaded over here. Automatically refresh the dashboard every 5 minutes, means this dashboard automatically refresh. If user will be stay on this page, whatever the data or whatever the work item will be changed, that update automatically visible over here. Okay, suppose today we wanted to create a project based dashboard. We'll click on the create. Here this is a blank, we can click on add a widgets and we can choose some widget. Suppose I wanted to be choose this one, we can click on add and this widget will be appear over here. We can click on the okay, and this will be, we can delete it also, we can configurable also. Okay, few widgets we need to be configure it, okay, because their data directly won't come it, like this one. Okay, and I will add it this one also. I will edit other links. Pull request, if we have some pull request, we can see directly. Query tile, if we have release pipeline, we can see. Okay, these things we can get it. Team member, we can see it also. Right now, suppose I wanted to configure this one. I will click on this one. This configuration will be come over here. This is backlog item hierarchy. This is the widget, means actually taking 3 tiles, 1, second and third. We can even change the, or if you wanted to shrink in the width and height, we can change it also, right? Then this is the expand the tree hierarchy. We can on and off also, and root work item also we can show it over here. Once we save it, item work is required. Okay, we need to be give it actually work item ID. Suppose I wanted to show it this work item, for example. Okay, so this work item will be appear like here. Similar to that, we can configure other also. Like let's see the example of this one. Deployment status, we can click out this one. This configuration will be get it. So this is the status. We can choose the build pipeline. Suppose I wanted to see the build pipeline of React Demo project, and do we have a link to the release pipeline? That is also we can choose it. Yes, we have, and save it. So this data will be appear over here. Once we done the configurations, then we can say done editing. So this is our appearance will become. Okay, and then this is the dashboard name, and this will load it over here. If you wanted to change, we can change it also. So whoever the user will be login, he can see all the dashboard. Okay, he can choose any one of them dashboard also, and according to that, once he land on this page, he will see this dashboard with the data. Right. Another thing is, other than dashboard, in overview we have summary also. Okay, we can see these are the summaries coming it also. Right. Summary, guys, if you wanted to be added, we can edit also. These are the summary. Summary is actually coming from this project readme file. Okay, or either we can get it the summary from the wiki also. Wiki page we can make, and that summary will be come over here. Summary means the project summary. What is the project belongs to? What kind of the data or what kind of the modules it has it? All the summary we can actually get it from the readme file, or we can add the more readme file also, or either the wiki page also. Another one, we have the wiki page. Here we can create different wiki page, and we can edit also existing wiki page. Wiki page is, guys, like is documentation of the project, means about the modules, about the any product knowledge also. It could be any coding wise knowledge also, anything. Okay, all about the functionalities, all about the business or the change order, anything we can put it into Wikilog also. So Wikilogs will be maintained, and whoever the new guys will become, they can read the Wikilogs about this project, and according to that they can understand it also. So many companies follow along with the ticket, they will write down the documentation in the Wikilog, so that their ticket or understanding the change they can find out as a documentation. So how we can create a Wikilog page? So we can go there and we can see already these are the Wikilog page, we have it also, right? And we can see also clone wiki page, wiki security, and rename it also, we have it also, right? This is edit existing wiki page, we can edit also. We can print, link work item, view revision, delete, all these things we can see it also. So guys, we can see wiki page also we can create a revision, means we can make the history of somebody's are changing the today's wiki page, we can get the history, means who updated this documentations. Okay, so this we can see when I click it here, this is the revision of it also, right? Now suppose I wanted to be add something, like I added over here, so you can say login page. Similarly, I wanted to add one more page, so I will click on this one. Here I will write down like about page or contact page. This is the wiki page, and this is editor. We have the toolbox, and this editor we have, these are the toolbox. Here we need to write down markdown. Okay, markdown language. Markdown language, the same language, guys, that we are writing now. README page or the GitHub page also. Okay, if you wanted to take a support, you can click on this one. The Microsoft page will become, and here we can read. And here we can read about it. So how to write down header, how to write down paragraph, how to write down the block quotes. Okay, horizontal rules, all are there. So if I'll just copy this one, you can see we get the lines. Okay, so if I enter it, so this is the markdown language. So this is the, you can say, heading H1, H2, H3. So like here we have the heading. Okay, also similar to that, we have the paragraph and line break also. Okay, markdown file or widgets also we can write down. We can see, you can say block quotes also we can write down. These are the quotes will become. Okay, horizontal rules we can write down also, means line, bold, italics, strike through also we can write down. Okay, code we can highlight it also. This is very important, guys, for us. So suppose I'm just copy this one and I paste it, we can say this is highlighted. We can copy it also. Okay, so this structure automatically came once I will write down this one, right? So you can say code and language we can write down, right? These things we can write down. This will be appear like a way by write down. So let's write down this one also. I'll write down and my page will become like it, right? Okay, and we can say suggested change. If you wanted to make table kind of structure like this one, so I can copy directly over here and I can use it so that the formatting also will come. And this structure, guys, we use it into the Gherkin language. If you remember the cucumber, right? Cucumber, earlier we learned it in the Selenium. Whoever learned the Selenium, we learned it about this. Actually, this is the syntax of the table also. Okay, so these are the thing, guys, we can follow it and we can write down the good documentation. Okay, other than this, we can write down or mention any username also. Suppose here I'm just mentioning it, this is the username, so this username will be appear it. Okay, and you can see here I can write down the ticket number also. So you can see all are the tickets. So at the rate username hash, we can write down the ticket also. This ticket will be appear over here, right? And this is the status is also we have it over here. Okay, even we can take the help of the any toolbar also, like bold, italic also, it will take the help also. After all this actually documentation is done, we can save it. Okay, this WikiLeaks page is, so this page is actually saved. Now we can close and here we can see it also, right? And this is the way we can make and we can write down the wiki page. Even you can notice it, we have the comment section also. So somebody can write down the comment on the basis of whatever the changes they can write down. Can we improve it? Can we add the new functionality of this one? Anything, whatever they want to, they can write down on this particular. It's look like as a blog. They are writing down the comment also for documentation purpose only, right? So these things we can maintain it also, and we can create a new page also. Inside in it, we can create sub page. From here, we can create a new page. Right, so this is the way we can create a wiki page. Another thing is we can publish the code as a wiki page, right? So once I publish the page, you can say repository, branch, folder, wiki names, all these things will become published. Means we are all the wikis page we are pushing into the particular repository. Okay, here we can create a separate repository or existing repository also we can push it also. Why? Because these wiki page actually become as a repository and we can change from the Visual Studio Code or somewhere else also we can change it also. Right, so I think we cover everything, guys. So you guys can go through the wiki page, summary and dashboard in this video. See you in the next video. There we will start the learning about the repos. Till the time you can do the practice and happy coding.